Welcome to Dragonfly Trading. My name is Carrie, and I'm a full-time Elliott Wave trader in the crypto and Forex markets. Today's video is going to be a short update on Bitcoin. If this is your first time tuning into my channel, I have gone into in-depth analysis in my last couple of videos, so I highly suggest that you take a look at them. I went over all the different corrections that could happen up here, and if they don't happen, what could happen. So today's video is kind of just going to be on the lower time frame. Remember, this is not financial advice. This is just the way that I see the market. We are opening our Discord. We hope to have it open in October. That is the goal. This Discord is going to be a little bit different than most that you would be used to. Most Discords revolve around posting TA and what we think the market's going to do, and pretty much posting trade setups. I've decided to open up a Discord that's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be educational based, meaning that I am going to teach you Elliott Wave and my system so that you can become an independent trader, where one day you will not need me or anyone else to give you trade setups. You will know what this market's going to do. It is going to be a first come, first serve basis. I haven't decided on pricing yet. I'm still in the middle of structuring it. But if it's something that you're interested in, please send an email to dragonflytradingsystem.com. Get on the waiting list, and I hope to see a lot of you there. It's going to be great. All right, so we are on Bitcoin on the weekly time frame. We are going to be closing a weekly candle. It's not the ugliest candle in the world. It is a bearish candle, kind of bearish engulfing, but it's not a shooting star. It's not one of the more bearish candles that we can see. If this is your first time tuning in, I am looking at the count as being a 1, a 2, a 3, either 4 is done, which that's not the way I'm leaning, but it's possible, and we're looking for that big fifth to the upside. The only thing that would invalidate this is if this 4 comes into this wave 1. So it can come deeper. It can come in here and fill these gaps. It just can't come into this wave 1. On the TDI, we did get rejected in the bullish resistance zone, just as I was expecting. What we need to do here to be the most bullish we can be is to hold the 50 line like we did back here in this bull run. That would get us back on track and get us out of here. Now, over here, when we were in this descending triangle, we held 40. We tried to rally, and we were not able to get out of here. Eventually, we broke through 40 and had this leg to the downside. If we are unable to hold 40 on the weekly, which is ways away here, we are going to do the same thing. So ideal situation is to hold the 50, would be ideal, but to hold the 40 and rally ourselves out of here. On the market liberator, the VWAP is getting very much closer to the 0 line. When it crosses 0, we get big red candles. As you can see here, let's see, let me find a place. Here, when it crossed 0, right as it crossed is when we got these red candles. Here, cross 0, we got these red candles. Happens every single time, okay? So this is something to keep our eyes on this weekly time frame. Moving down to the daily. The blue boxes are gaps. The green are support, the red is resistance. I feel, and this is what I am looking at, that it doesn't matter whether you want to call this first move an expanded flat or you want to call it an ABC. Okay, those are both three-wave moves. The only other thing we have is that we can possibly call this a five-wave move. Now, we won't know whether it's 3 or 5 until we get the partner for it. Okay? And I've explained that in my last video, I believe. I went over some corrections and explained this whole thing. Now, if you've been tuning in, you know that I have a problem with this bottoming structure, that I don't feel it's the bottom. And I've went over why many, many times in the video. So right now, the way I'm leaning is that this was a three-wave move. Okay? That's either complete or we have a chance to go higher. And I'm going to go over both. Now, if it's complete, we have an A that's either 5 waves or 3. We don't know yet. Or we have a W, which is 3 waves. We've got 3 waves to the upside that is either B or X. Now, this is under the assumption that we're not going any higher. Now, this would assume that we are starting our partner move now. And it's either going to come down in 3 or it's going to come down in 5. The 3-wave or the 5-wave could come deep. The deepest that I want to see it come is this order block right here. I don't want to break that. I don't want to break it because when you pull a fib extension on this, I don't want to break the 1.382 sitting at 17,000. If we break it, we will be coming into our wave 1, and I don't want to see that happen. Best case scenario, if we are getting our partner move now, oops, that's not the one I wanted to delete, but that's okay. Best case scenario is that we truncate. Into that 618, and I'm going to put it back on here. Is that we truncate into this 618 and we never break this bottom again. What that would create is a higher low than this low. It would make a running flat, which is a very bullish correction, and we could blast out of here. Okay? But it can come deeper. We've all seen how deep C waves can come. But I absolutely don't want to break this 17,000. Okay? Now, the way that we can get up higher is that we're not starting our partner move now. Okay? That actually what we're doing is creating some type of correction here that doesn't break this bottom. If we do this, we have a chance of coming up to the upside corrective, and we make our B wave or our X wave much higher. And we can even break the high because a B wave can go up to 132% of an A wave. What this does for us is our partner leg comes from a higher point, and we have a much better chance of not breaking this low. What happens is this whole move turns into a three-wave move. Now I've went over how this can become a triangle, and this is the way, is that we get 3 to the downside, 3 to the upside, 3 to the downside, 3 to the upside, and we contract up here, and we never break this bottom. We create a triangle, and then we bust out of here. Basically, the lines come across like this. And I pulled that a little too high, but that's okay. You get the picture here. Okay. And then it's labeled A, B, C, D, E. E doesn't have to come to the trend line. And then we're out of here. Okay. So all the options that I talked about in my prior video of the corrections that can happen are still on the table. Let's talk about the one bullish scenario that we have going on here. So the one bullish scenario we have is that we've created a leading diagonal here. I don't like it, I will admit that, because I don't like this bottom end structure, and I've talked about it. I've talked about how it doesn't hit the 618 minimum extension. I've talked about how it comes off of 3 waves, not 5, and so on. But I'm not going to discredit it because it is there, and it's possible that I've missed something down here, and this is a leading diagonal, and this is the start of the 5th wave. So it would be, if it is, a wave 1, most likely. And we would be creating a wave 2 here, which could basically give us a flat, then give us a move to the upside, then give us a move to the downside, okay, where we create that wave 2. If we come deeper here for our wave 2, what has to happen then is we have to take off in 5 waves. We cannot take off in 3. Okay? This is a ways away if it pans out like this. And I will definitely update before that to, clue you into what's happening. Now, for the people that know Elliott Wave out there, they're probably thinking, well, why can't we just have this expanded flat and that's it? And this be our wave 2 and we go. That is legit, but I'm not leaning that way because of the way we bounced here. Now, when you pull a fib extension on this, it hits the 2.618 to the T. And I've got it pulled wrong or something. 1 second here. There we go. Okay. So it came down, it hit the 2.618. That's the farthest an expanded flat can go. So if we just roll over here and take it out, I'm more going to be leaning that this wasn't a leading diagonal and this wasn't an expanded flat. That this was actually, just like I'm looking at it, an A, a B, and a C, and this leg is the start of something. Okay, so there's one thing I wanted to show you here. Every time we came down in a dump, we had a big buy up. When you get this first move here, and you pull a fib extension on the rest of the price action that filled in, we always usually hit the 618 before we roll over again. As you can see over here, we had the big buy up, this first leg came down, we hit the 618 before we rolled over again. Again here, 618 before we rolled over again. Going back to where we're at right now, this is an important thing for me to show you because I have my reasons why. Let's get in and closer look. When we pull a fib extension on this right now, we have yet to hit the 618. So I feel that, let me get in and look a little closer here. Let me drop down a thing. Something I'm missing right here. There we go. So when we pull a fib extension from here to here up, we didn't hit the 618. Okay. If we try to pull it from this high to this low, we still haven't hit the 618. So this is the way to pull it now because more price action has filled in. We should at least hit the 618 before we roll over again. Now it doesn't have to. Okay, the market can do what it wants. But I feel what we have here is this is an A wave up. We're creating a B, which is very complex right now. It's ABCing us to death. So it's probably not done. And then we're going to come up for a C. Now the C will either hit the 618 or it will get up higher, up into these higher fib levels. Okay? If it does get up higher like that, then I will be looking at this as 3 waves, and then we're either going to come down in 5 or 3. That's one way to look at it. Or this was a C wave to the top here. This is the start of something, which is a 5-wave move. This is 3 waves up. And this is either an A or wave 1. And this is either a B or wave 2. So what we get after that, now it may not even get up this high, guys. It could get just truncated at the 618. And then we're going to get a move to the downside. Okay? I posted on Instagram a detailed chart of this yesterday or the day before, I believe. So there's a couple ways that this can pan out here. And we're just going to have to wait and see exactly what it does. But it's either going to hit the 618 and roll over, or this B wave is going to get more complex and we're going to have a chance to move higher here. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that it was clear. Follow me on Instagram, hit the subscribe, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day.